All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is going to be a quick lesson on Revelation, the 18th chapter, and going into the second chapter in particular, because I saw somebody mention that. Well, I'll do a demonstration of what they said when they was reading the scripture anyway. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils. And he was saying, see, you Edomites are the devils, right? And stuff like that. And he was saying it in such a way as though America has became a place that wicked people are dwelling, which it has, right? Which it has, but he wasn't referring to America as being Babylon the Great. He was referring to anywhere that Esau is in charge of, right? But Babylon the Great is America specifically. And when you look at the characteristics of how it was a nation that made all the earth drunken, that lets you know that he's talking about America. When you look at how it was a nation that was able to get rich or make other nations rich through buying the other goods of other places, that's how you know it's America, because America is a country that's got the biggest amount of imports in the world, even more than China, when it's got like, America's got 329 million and China's got like what 1.4 billion, man. So yeah, America still has more imports than China, even though it's got like a third and a bit, almost like a quarter of the population. In fact, like a quarter of the population, but he still has more imports, man. So let me go back to this again. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And what some people try and take that to mean is that it's referring to people that have got the spirits of devils, people that have got foul spirits, and people that are unclean in the spirit, like unclean and hateful birds. But that's not what it means, right? It's referring to how America is going to be destroyed with nuclear fire, and how when it's destroyed, the only thing that's going to be able to dwell in that place is going to be animals that can live in harsh habitats. And to prove that, I'm going to go to the Old Testament and show prophecies that also speak on the same destruction that we read about in Revelation, the 18th chapter. So give me a second, and I'm going to go to some. I know there's a couple in Jeremiah, and then there's also some in one in particular I can think of in the book of Isaiah. Give me a second. I'm just gonna have to look for it. I've got a lot of markings in this Bible, and I forget exactly. Here we go. Here's one. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 39. Therefore, wild beasts of the deserts with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owl shall dwell therein, and it shall no more be inhabited forever. Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. That's what that's talking about. And when you jump up to verse 35, it says, a sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men, just letting you know and proving that this prophecy is referring to Babylon. All right, but some people take it to mean that it's talking about ancient Babylon, but it's in fact talking about Babylon the Great. It's talking about the modern Babylon. That's the Edomites are in charge of, right? Not the Assyrians, which was the ancient Babylonian Empire. So that's that point. And then there's another one. There's another scripture that also goes in how no one's going to be able to dwell there. Let me find the next one. Give me a second, Salakia. There's probably one in Jeremiah 31 as well, 51 as well. I know that there's definitely 3 scriptures that I've read of this same. Here we go. This is Jeremiah chapter 51. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 37. And Babylon shall become heaps and dwelling places for dragons and astonishment and a hissing without an inhabitant. Right? So Babylon's going to be destroyed and no one's going to be able to dwell there, and no one's going to be able to live there after Yahweh's done the destruction that he's going to do upon that place. Right? Now let me go to the same prophecy again being spoken of in Isaiah. Because it doesn't mean that it's dwelling with it's a place that's dwelling with men that have spirits of foul spirits and spirits of devils, because we know that Edomites are everywhere and the whole of America is not wicked, because the elect of the nation of Israel are in there, and the elect of the nation of Israel that are in America, which is Babylon the Great, are going to receive the greatest salvation that anyone's going to receive of all the Israelites, because the place that they're living in is going to be completely destroyed. Whereas the places that Israelites in the UK, for instance, are living, it's going to receive destruction, but it's not going to be completely destroyed like how Babylon the Great is. People are still going to be able to live in this place afterwards, after Yahweh does what he does to this place. Let me get the next prophecy on the same thing. This is Isaiah chapter 13. So like Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So Revelation 18 and 2 isn't speaking about how the people that are dwelling there are wicked, because there's people that are wicked equal as wickedness in the UK. Trust me. There's Edomites that are equally as much wicked in the UK, man. There's Edomites that will be equally as wickedness in Spain. There's Edomites that will be equally as wicked as an Edomite in Babylon the Great, all over the place, and they travel. Edomites travel around. You see? They have access to everywhere in the world. So they go on the jets, they can fly to another place. So it's not talking about how that place is just dwelling with wickedness, which it is dwelling with wickedness, but it's not talking about it in that sense. It's talking about how when it gets destroyed, the only things that are going to be able to live there are going to be animals that can live in a harsh habitat, right? It's not talking about it in the way how people refer to it as speaking about, man. And I think there's a bit more. I'm trying to think if there's another scripture that I could read on that same topic. I'll read another one from Revelation 18. This is Revelation chapter 18. Revelation 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall utterly be burned with fire, for strong is Yahweh who judgeth her. So that place is going to be completely destroyed, man. Right? So when it's speaking about how that destruction matches up what it said regarding the other prophecies about Sodom and Gomorrah, about America, about Babylon being destroyed, like how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, right? Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed with fire. Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed with fire. And after the heat settles, the only thing that's going to be able to live in that place is animals that can live in a crazy environment, man. Scavenger type animals. Animals that don't need much sustenance in the same way as we do, man. They have a completely different diet to what we have. They don't need as much water as what we have. They're just going to be weird. It's going to be crazy animals that are going to be here, man. Right? And there's movies that have been made on this. They're in the Planet of the Apes movies. It shows it. We had the guy crying to there was a Statue of Liberty in the movie with Will Smith. I think it's called After Earth or Beyond Earth or something like that. With him and his son, when they travel back to a place, and that place is like only got animals on there, no humans, man. So that's what that scripture means, Revelation 18 and 2. It doesn't mean that there's that the people of the devil that are living over here, because there's these Edomites living everywhere, man. these Edomites live everywhere. They live all over the earth. But America is their main hub, right? And I'm going to end the lesson there. Hopefully, I got the point across, man. Revelation 18:2 is referring to animals, not referring to people, all right? But it's when it speaks about Babylon the Great, it's talking about America being completely destroyed, all right? All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.